Greetings, Twitch and YouTube. To begin today's stream, I wanted to give just a quick demonstration about how to farm money really quickly in Plants vs. Zombies. Today's version, I'm playing on the Game of the Year version, but it should work on just about any Plants vs. Zombies platform that has any sort of save feature. So to start out the farming, basically you have to complete adventure mode at least through level 3-2. For most casual players, that'll probably take about an hour and a half or so. Nothing particularly difficult, but then you'll see that you get the ability to unlock mini games. And you'll only see that the first 3 mini games are available, but really you can use really any of the 20 mini games. But the ones that we found to farm the fastest are actually you can really use any of the first 3. I find slot machines maybe the easiest for someone playing through casually, but you can really use any mini game to farm. So you just start off by basically playing the mini game as normal. If you don't have it's best to do it if you have not previously completed that mini game before. If you've beaten all the mini games, then woe is you. That's not necessarily the worst thing, but you basically play through any mini game. This is probably going to take about 5 or 6 minutes or something like that. But with that 5 or 6 minute time investment, we're going to set up a situation that will involve some very fast farming of gold, so that we're left in a really good position, and basically you can farm up any of the purchasable, unlockable content that Dave is willing to sell you. Very important that you don't lose your lawnmowers. If we do, we're actually going to quickly reset just to give a better version of the demo here. So we're going to go a little bit conservative. This is actually a fine start. Just going a little more conservative than we normally would, because there's nothing particularly special about the way that you need to play the game. You just play through it like normal. Again, slot machine's relatively easy. You just keep spinning until you get 2,000 sun, hoping that you get as much. But again, it's this very small time investment that you make here that will allow us to set up a really excellent farming pattern that you can basically just play infinitely through until you have all the money that you need to unlock everything in the game. Again, very important to try not to lose any of your lawnmowers, and you'll see why that is in just a minute or two. I wouldn't say I've had particularly great RNG to start, but that's not super. Try to balance the firepower between all the rows. Fancy. Really hope for sunflowers for the most part, because that helps you beat the level a little bit faster. Alright. It's actually a fairly rare drop. You very rarely get 3 of the sunflowers. And not particularly important as it relates to this farming. Again, there's sort of a lot of other, tutorials on YouTube, but this one is about 5 or 10 times faster than any other method. Even though, as you can see, I'm not necessarily collecting a whole lot of money just yet. Thanks for the good luck, Super. We're just doing a quick demo on farming. I figured I can upload that to YouTube and just sort of make a highlight of it, because I think although it's been featured in like 100% and things like that, we'd give a good demo of it for people who maybe aren't as interested in the speedrunning aspects of the game, but are just looking to farm and play through casually. So probably a larger majority of the world, but that's all right. Again, you'll see some strategies involving the marigold and and we've all been there, with the Zen garden and things like that, but that's actually very slow and inefficient compared to this method that you'll see here, where we can farm about, well, depending on how we do it, probably this method, I would say, we'll get about 1,000 coins every 10 seconds, $1,000 every 10 seconds, but again, it's even better if you have not beaten through the puzzle at all yet. If it's your first time through the puzzle, but If it's not, this is definitely not my first time through the puzzle, at least on this file, then that's okay. Defensive setup we get here. Even though it doesn't look like it, we're probably more than halfway through this level. Yeah, I actually did miss a couple of coins, but that's not a big deal. Give me them sunflowers. That's the secret to all our success. And we should be relatively close here, just expecting another minute or two. Everybody loves Slot Machine too. Again, the reason that we chose Slot Machine rather than one of the other minigames, you can do some of the other minigames, but basically the way that this glitch works is that we're going to abuse the save mechanic in the game, and basically convince the game that we're beating this puzzle instantly over and over and over again. So you see there's a very important setup that we have to do right as we're about done the game. I'll sort of give you a little bit of a warning when that comes up. But basically we're going to be, quote-unquote, beating this minigame over and over and over again, and convincing the game that we deserve the reward for that. Very short order. It's actually one of the few, I won't say it's a glitch so much as maybe like an exploit of the game's mechanics. The game's actually pretty well programmed overall. Yep, so this setup would work on puzzles, again, assuming that you have not, messed with the game's save settings and things like that, which would be a little bit faster. The reason that we do mini-games, though, is because puzzles do not have the lawnmowers, and you actually increase your farm rate by having these lawnmowers at the very end. So again, I'm guessing that this setup probably will farm us about $5,000 per minute. Like, it is actually that fast. Alright, we're getting very close, and once you get very close to the end, it's very important. So you'll see we'll click on this, and this will produce the game's reward. Now, this is the very important step. You do not pick it up. That's very important. You go back to the menu, you say main menu, it'll say, okay, your game is saved. Great, that's excellent, and we'll click leave. So then what you do, basically, is you just go back to... again, we haven't collected any money yet, but we'll go back to mini games. We'll click again on Slot Machine, the same game or whatever mini game it was that you played. Click on it. You say you want to continue. Yep. And you pick up your reward. You'll see we get a cash reward and we get money for each of the lawnmowers. Then what you do, you go back in, continue, pick up the reward. And we can literally do this over and over, and you'll see that we continue to pick up the reward that we get every single time. So as you can see, we're getting about 10 gold coins every, you can probably do this about every 7 seconds, I want to say. Oh, shoot, I actually just clicked new game, which is very silly. But basically, actually, I think I might even be able to, if I X'd out of the game altogether, it wouldn't save anything. I shouldn't have done that, but basically you just click continue over and over and over again, and you continue to get that prize. The reason it's better if you've played the game for the first time is because you actually get 2 diamonds, or you get 1 diamond, I think, for beating a particular mini game the first time. So you just keep picking up that diamond along with the lawnmower prize over and over and over again. So again, basically that's it. That's the end of the tutorial. Hopefully you don't do something silly like I just did and click new game, but basically you just keep clicking continue over and over and over again, and yeah, there you go. You just keep picking up the prize, and again, you can farm literally thousands and thousands of gold per minute, which is infinitely more productive than any other way that it is. So again, without any further ado, that's a tutorial on how to farm a lot of money very, very quickly in Plants vs. Zombies. Again, it's about 5 or 6 minutes of setup time, and then you can really just rake in the rewards very quickly. And in less than a half hour, you should be able to buy basically all of the unlockable content within the game, with the exception of the Tree of Wisdom. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed the tutorial. Take care and happy farming.